And it's Finance Friday. First Ontario's Senior Manager of Business Services, Colin Cyr, is here to talk about Fraud Awareness Month.
That's right.
Awareness, prevention, we want businesses to be protected, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Probably both those things. And, businesses, it's also ultimately about managing risk. Fraud's another one of those risks. And so it's important for businesses to be proactive in managing risk. And that responsibility lies not only with the business owner, right down to the front line. As we like to say, risk management is everybody's responsibility. So we'll talk about some of the frauds that are prevalent for businesses and how they can protect themselves against it.
Does the fraud usually manifest itself in the same way? Phone calls, emails, that kind of thing?
A lot of the same stuff, right? At the end of the day, the kind of fraud that plagues individuals plagues businesses. Businesses are just groups of many individuals, right? So there's actually that many more entry points for a fraudster to get in there. So talking about payment fraud, we see this often in the banking side of things, and this is where the money coming in and out of the account for a business is compromised. And so on the outgoing side, this is, it often takes the form of payment redirection fraud. So supplier will email a business, say, hey, my account information has changed, and that money ends up going to the fraudster's account, and then the business is on the hook for that.
Right.
Or even incoming, you get things like draft fraud, check fraud, a bad draft goes into the account, they purchase inventory or product or service that, check balances, now the equipment and inventory is gone, and the money's gone as well, and the businesses are on the hook. So in and outs is really where fraudsters can take advantage on the payment side.
So how can businesses protect themselves from going down this road?
Yeah, first and foremost, controls and things like dual authentication. So making sure that there's checks and balances for money leaving the account. There's a lot of great softwares. Your banking systems typically today now will allow for you to have controls in place, maybe an initiator and an approver when money's going out. Two is good oversight and awareness, having strong auditing practices, understanding what's coming and going. There's no substitute for getting on the horn with a supplier if they're saying things have changed. It's a good chance for you to connect with your business partner, but also validate that information. And, more importantly, I think, is urgency. A lot of these rely on a sense of speed, urgency, act now. No substitute for just slowing down and asking yourself, does this make sense? Taking a couple of checks. Businesses are busy and fraudsters capitalize on that.
Sure.
Yeah.
What other types of fraud are out there that businesses should be aware of, or individuals?
Yeah, of course. So we're talking about individuals. There's a lot in the way of just social engineering, basically duping people within a business to make decisions they wouldn't otherwise make. And a classic one is sort of your malware or phishing attacks, where an email opens up attachment. Now your systems are compromised. A big one we were just talking about before the segment was business email compromise. Somebody is masquerading as a high-level executive for a business, telling an employee or many employees to take an action or reveal sensitive information. And these can seem very real and coming with information that's pertinent to that employer or the company, and you really get people acting in ways they wouldn't otherwise.
Yeah, we've got about 40 seconds or so. Any other tips that we should be aware of?
Yeah, for sure. So it's not all doom and gloom. Protection. Insurance. There's a ton in the way of insurance that businesses can take on to protect themselves. General liability as well as cyber liability is a huge one. Two, education. Top down, owners to employees. Educate your employees and your staff and your team on what to look out for.
Do that training.
Absolutely. Do the training, and then just generally good oversight, having auditing practices, having controls, talking to your bank, making sure you're set up to protect yourself from funds leaving and coming and going into the account. No substitute for any of those things.
Awesome. Great tips. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Rick.
Could be you as well, so stay safe out there. Email your questions to financefriday@firstontario.com. If your question or topic is selected to be covered on air, you will receive a gift card from First Ontario.